panel ATL. This is your weekly podcast covering sex, love, dating, and issues in the world from a group of people living in Atlanta. Co-hosting for this episode is Travon,
Savoi,
LaKenya,
Erick Joseph,
and Avery West.
All right, you guys. So we have 3 segments of this show. What That Mouth Do. Our segment where we discuss sex-related topics, love and situationships, where we talk about dating and or the lack of dating.
Hello.
Followed by the topic of the day segment where we talk about a hot button issue or just an issue from today's media.
If you would like to follow along with the conversations in this episode of the podcast on social media, you can do so by using the hashtag #ThePanelATL so we can see it and pod in so other people can see it.
So that's hashtag the panel ATL and hashtag pod in. And let's jump into the show.
Cool. So I wanted to try something different. I know we had another topic in mind, but I feel like it'd be cool for like all of us to write a question for each one of us, and we kind of answer it anonymous. So yeah, who wants to start? I'll start. Let's see. I hope it's not. Oh, okay, Erick.
Ah, crap. All right.
Maybe we talked about this, but we'll ask it again. What age do... Oh, no. Okay, what age do you wish you lost your virginity?
Oh, shit. I'd probably say like 16 or 17. I lost when I was a lot younger. And I wish that I would have waited a few more years. Kind of like, I pretty much like never really got into like dating someone. I jumped straight into having sex. Mm-hmm. So I wish that I can kind of go back and develop those like softer skills before just jumping into like the main point of action.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes, I agree. Me as well.
You next, Travon. Ask a question.
Oh, okay.
I swear, if they pull my name
So
again,
how
I'll be
am I
like, this is
supposed to look
rigged.
for
Just pull a question. Just pull a question. Oh, girl.
Don't be so...
Pull a question.
But I want mine.
No.
Pull a question. That is yours.
Okay. And read it to the person who it's for.
Oh, okay, I get it now. So this question is for Savoi.
Savoi?
Savoi. So, when I say Savoi.
Oh, Savoi forever.
No, we had fun today, so you know we are. What position, place, or thing, activity, experience would you like to try but haven't?
A position, place, or thing?
Basically, it sounds like
Particularly like sexual activity.
a place that you want to have sex you've never had before.
I would like to have sex on the beach.
So romantic ass.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it an abandoned beach?
Beach, like,
Try to spike
Any
this
type
up.
of beach. Yeah, I would like to do that. Or do it in the rain. I haven't done it in the rain outside.
Okay. Well, bitch, you should have did it when Hurricane Irma was out there.
Bitch, she probably would have blew away.
Right. Gotta get back street ranch or something.
But yeah, those would be like in the rain and definitely
There would be a lit porn, though, if somebody did it in Hurricane.
Not I. I feel like it's me. I've been good so far.
because you haven't had it.
I gotta give me another one because it say my name. I can't pull my own.
I mean, you could.
You could.
Oh,
That takes the fun out of it, now, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's not fun.
Travon.
Huh?
This question is for you.
Okay.
How did you learn to have sex? How did you learn how to have sex?
Who if I asked that question?
Go-to move. I asked it.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as it's from
So what's the question?
How did you learn how to have sex?
How did I learn?
How did you learn how to have sex, and what is your go-to move? I guess is the
Yeah,
question.
go to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How did I learn how to have sex? With porn?
Is that how everybody learns?
I would, yeah, because I mean, when
learned by doing
when my puberty started, my mom's boyfriend had like a collection of like,
No, y'all
and I used to put it in the DVD player when my mom used to work at a daycare, and I used to come home alone, and I used to watch them, and I used to be like, oh yeah, that's what I'm finna do. You know, that's.
So
what
you used to
I'm
watch straight porn when you were younger, or you watched gay porn?
Yeah, I watched straight,
This is mom's
gay,
girlfriend.
Asian, lesbian. It was all types of porn was really interesting to me.
I learned how to have sex watching gay porn. I mean, straight porn.
Yeah, straight porn actually taught me
That's how I learned
to have sex with gay
sex.
people. Honestly, and that's backwards, but it's the truth. Because gay people honestly don't know how to have sex on
like
camera. It's just
Because I thought about asking that question to Savoi. Because I was like,
yeah.
how? I'm always.
And then my go-to,
Jelly.
I cannot.
my go-to move. I don't know. Well, as a top, I don't know what you call it when you basically have him standing from his head. It's like that, but he don't need to use his hands to be a handstand.
You be holding them?
Yeah,
I've tried that.
I'm trying to picture that.
That's like my favorite move.
I've tried
What is that move called?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I have a Kama Sutra book, a gay Kama Sutra book. I'll text you tonight. I'll let you know I have a gay Kama Sutra book.
Okay, because I don't even know half the moves that I just know the doggy style.
I'm gonna bring the book and I'm gonna let you point out everything you done done.
Okay.
But she was probably the one writing into the book like.
LaKenya's next.
Let's see who she got.
It's like they went
This is
off.
for Savoi.
Oh,
When is the last time you masturbated?
damn.
You said when?
I said that's.
I wish I wrote that question.
It don't matter.
Maybe a month ago. Since what we talked about off
What
the air.
did you use it? Okay, never mind. Yeah.
But guys, when I masturbate, I don't use any toys. I use my fingers.
That was gonna be my next question.
You. Come on, Katie Curry.
I have used toys before, but if I don't have toys, I'm gonna use my hands.
So you just use like the clitoris stimulator, or you use?
That's it. I don't go in and play with myself.
that's
I don't
the
go
question.
inside. But I
Okay.
do play with the clitoris, Yeah.
Yeah, it's for the. That's what I be feeling like.
Next question.
It's immediately looking for it.
Wait, who's the name? Oh, it's for LaKenya.
Oh.
Ooh, if your talent wasn't hair, what would you be doing for your career today?
Selling that without your name. I don't know. I really do not know.
You don't know anything like else that you would be good and talented in?
I mean, I have a list. Like I have like an actual list of things
have a
that I'm
list of
actually
skills.
interested in doing. And since I am about to stop doing hair,
That was my question.
That's what.
Nobody else?
So without hair, what would you be doing?
Yeah.
So hair.
well, I went to school for fashion design and marketing, so
Okay.
Y'all better be collabing.
we need to.
Girl.
Y'all talk
We
about
both
that
in
after.
fashion.
Okay, yeah.
All right, come on, Avery.
I already know the question. Travon, if you could meet any celebrity, who would it be? But I think
Girl, you already know this goddamn question. Solange, bitch.
Whoever wrote that could have just asked me. I could have told y'all that.
Shit, that's. Whew, I can't wait to meet her.
What kind of would you have sex with her?
No.
Disrespect.
Mother.
I think he would just cry.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
That's
I didn't
mama.
know what type of level he liked her on.
Oh, goddess. Like,
That's mama.
Okay.
My mother was alive. That would be my mother.
Okay.
No, she'll be,
Okay. Gotcha.
I got confused too, but
I wrote this question.
I just wanted to
you
know
just
something.
threw it back in there.
If you meet a celebrity, you might want to. Your mind
depends
might
on the
change.
celebrity.
that depends on the celebrity. What the hell?
What question is this?
Right. Oh, God.
Eric?
Okay.
Eric, if you had to sleep with any one of your friends, who would it be?
Answer truthfully.
Oh,
You got a lot of friends.
I do. Like,
Can you name the friends?
Well, I like Corey.
everybody likes my friends. Like, that's the sad part. Like,
Your friends are good. So one of them is cuter than another of them. Not gonna say who.
It's fine.
y'all only met a small.
Yeah.
I've met 3.
Corey was fine.
All right,
All 3 of them is good.
Corey, if you're listening to this episode since you're on the last episode, everyone's looking at you, so we have to bring you back.
Wait, is that who you gonna choose? That's who they choose. That's
No,
not who
I'm
I
not
chose.
choosing Corey.
But-
Corey's like a sibling. That's weird. Like,
He's still fine though, even though he's a sibling.
this is like it's weird because when you're so close to people, like you don't see them in that
Bitch,
light.
you gotta say it.
Yeah.
Let's see, I'm trying to think who was I attracted? I'm trying to think of a friend who I was attracted to, and then we became friends.
So many of them.
is my friend.
For me.
Ooh, I know what my other friend Corey.
Okay. That's a cop out. But
No, actually, I'll show you pictures.
send me pictures.
But he's a close friend. He's like we work together. But like, yeah. And I know he doesn't listen to podcasts, so I can say that, and he's not gonna hear this. But I'll show y'all first Corey, then I'll show y'all other Corey. Because Corey wants the other Corey. That's how I find the other Corey. Right.
Somebody else read this for me, though. Go ahead, read it for me.
But
Savoi, how was it when your cherry popped? And have you ever popped another girl's cherry before? Is your cherry popped?
that is a good question. Who's a bitch?
Thank you.
Is your cherry popped?
Well,
What's your status on the cherry
35,
pie?
that cherry ain't popped.
That's what I was gonna ask. I didn't think
Your
so.
cherry didn't
Yeah.
pop? Well, let me pop it for you then.
You on the roll.
Right.
From jelly to cherry to cherry pie.
So do you please it? Oh, he is cute.
And have I ever popped? I don't think I ever popped any woman's cherry because I'm sure most of them probably had me in before.
But a woman, you never been with a woman.
Have you ever been a woman's first?
Meaning not messing with men or women, right?
Girl, no, she never. You was the first female she been with sexually.
Yes, I have.
That was a good question, wasn't it?
So him and then
Oh, that's the other
All
Corey.
right, Corey number 2.
Let me get a Corey.
but both of them Corys together. That's a good.
Is it still
That
the
Corey's straight
same?
though.
Oh, true. Okay.
Really?
Wait, what's his job first? What's his job first? Cause you know.
Your company.
Oh, yeah, girl. The benefits are good. How long you been there? More than.
This is for Avery.
Oh God, Jesus bless him.
Do you miss an ex you once dated?
Oh girl, yeah. I mean, I've been said that.
Why?
Wait, hold up. Miss an ex?
Yeah.
Okay, so not. Okay, so let's take the last relationship because that's we only 3 weeks. So of course I missed them, but there was someone else who I got emotionally attached to. I do miss them, but missing them to the point of me going back to them, no, they're not good for me. But I miss the friendship we had, like the shit we used to talk about. But I can't have that without my emotions being attached or both our emotions being attached. So yeah.
The crazy thing is that I already threw the answer. I just wanted you to see it on camera.
Girl, it's not a secret. Everyone knows. The last person I dated knew this.
All right, so now let's switch it completely. Travon,
Bitch.
what is the strangest thing you've sucked in your ass?
Oh.
No, you've stuck in your ass. Sorry.
Bitch, that
I
jelly
was gonna say,
today.
bitch, read my question
The
correctly.
jelly was. The jelly
What
was
jelly? What jelly are you talking about?
Because they don't know.
Okay, so before we recorded today earlier, I was getting it. And, I had grape jelly
Oh, girl.
in
hell.
my gluteus maximus.
I can't even have grape jelly.
I'm glad I don't eat
My
that.
And
favorite.
I didn't know it was jelly. He was just eating it really good until I turned in the back and saw a whole jar of grape jelly on the bed. And, he looked adorable.
He was really getting the groceries out.
Yeah.
Literally. Right.
Yeah, you and Danny need to open up your own something.
Right. It was wonderful. Of course, and yes, I watched because a bitch would be sticky right now if I didn't.
Right.
Ooh, LaKenya. What is your morning routine, LaKenya?
What's my morning routine?
Yeah.
That's what
What
it
is your
said.
morning routine?
To wake my ass up. Thank the Lord.
You already asked this one?
I don't do anything special.
What's that one?
Who's this?
Oh, that one's already.
Unfolding everything.
Yours.
I just wake up, thank the Lord, and pray to have a better day
Girl,
than the
they
day
be thinking you
before.
be out there with the little rabbit up.
I mean, there are mornings that you have, we have those mornings, but my daily,
That's Erick again.
Okay,
it's good. It must be a good one.
Okay. I know that you're bi, but what side do you like better?
Ooh. Good question.
Who answered this question? This is a really good.
But wait.
That's a really good
But
question.
wait, you said which side?
Which side? Yeah.
What side?
But
side do you
also,
prefer?
like, he takes his verse.
They didn't ask for
that's-
position. They
Which
asked.
I want to know which one you prefer too.
No.
Okay, so
if it said that you're bi, I'm sure they're
asking
talking about
which side you like, meaning, do you like men or
women.
More or less.
More.
And honestly, it depends on the person's vibe, but I'm slightly more attracted to masculine energy. So.
Bisexual question. Answer. Whatever.
Nah, because I would date, like, for example, I would date a butch lesbian. Like, right, I would date, like, I'm attracted to masculine energy. So that's why I'm like, but that's a woman, she has just more masculine energy. And I've dated, like, feminine guys, like, so it doesn't really matter.
That's cute.
Thank you.
Sorry, I got distracted.
But yeah, so.
If you had to choose,
Why do I have to choose?
I'm
Girl, don't ask no bi person that.
Why would I have to choose?
That's a whole nother.
that's a whole
Binary
nother-
people.
Yeah, that's a whole
Need
nother-
what it, like, it doesn't have to be an either or.
Yeah, I just,
Like, you mean like who I want to spend the rest of my life with?
I was gonna ask it in the way that he could, but I'm not gonna.
No, just ask it then. It's like, we here. The question has been posed.
It's not gonna be personal. It's just gonna lead a whole debate and conversation. So we'll just keep going. You keep picking that.
I keep picking me. I'm like, come on. Okay. Avery.
Oh, girl.
I think we might have asked him this, but we were asked again. What is your number one fantasy?
Wouldn't y'all like to know?
I'm asking.
My number one. Oh God. Oh my God.
It's
It's nasty.
that's gonna be on that. You gonna hear that?
I'm gonna say it in proper terms. I would like to have a threesome. Don't ask me what positions or what's going on. A threesome.
That's
Yeah.
all right. Straightforward.
Yeah. Moving on, Wendy.
I feel like there's
We're
more to this.
we're moving on,
It
Wendy.
is more. You trying to
More
be
to
good.
this,
and-
right?
I'm being cute this episode, you know?
It's like, I want a threesome with toys and hanging from the ceiling.
What is
and-
your true passion?
That's good.
I know, honey. Don't ask me that shit.
Ask me no good questions like that. Like, why you gotta have all the sexual questions?
You are sexual.
See, Savoi, I try to be nice because I wrote that for you. I was just curious.
I appreciate it.
And I regret it.
You want to know something else?
Guys, I don't know if I could be a little off, but just my passion is really to, I don't know, get my life in order. Meaning spiritually, like, with God or whatever. So I think that's really most my passion or whatever. But if I had to choose, like, fashion, I like fashion. So that would be my second choice. But being in a good eye with God first, that's my first passion. First passion or whatever. And then the second would be fashion. Yeah.
I can't read this one because it's for me by someone else. That was a long one. I know it's your handwriting.
My scratch, my chicken scratch.
Travon. I love how we just get people getting each
I
other's questions.
know. Isn't that crazy?
When you came out to your family, what was their response?
Oh, child. My family is so goddamn just. That literally was like, everybody was like, we already knew.
Okay. That's so. I was gonna say, did you have to come out?
Well,
Look,
not
he's
really.
on the road.
No, that's a good. No, let let me.
So they didn't feel any type of way or anything.
I had to come out. The first person I came out to was my brother. And then the second person I came out to was my father. And then my mother sort of kind of just sneaked her way in. My auntie, we never had the discussion, but she knows that I'm gay because we talk about men all the time. So,
talk about men.
In the midst of it, I mean, it was okay. My whole family accepts me, so that's really good thing about my family.
So, LaKenya.
Yes.
Would you, I already know the question. Would you or have you, girl, I'm gonna help them. Would you or have you ever had an experience with a woman?
Who asked that?
Experience such a...
LaKenya!
No.
Like what?
No, I was gonna say like when I was younger, probably hunched a girl, but
Okay. That's all. Everything in there is mine.
No,
I
that's
picked up
one.
like 3 in.
Nah, this one in there, that's mine.
I mean, hunch is normal.
That's just no.
Girl, you can get a nut off a hunch. Somebody, I done humped and hunched one person. Ooh, girl. Hold on.
Crazy question. This is for you.
Yes.
now I'm nervous.
When was the last time you got your back blown out?
Ooh. Damn.
And that's different from sex. That's back blown.
Like sitting there like done and just laying there like damn.
Bitch, I know this was your question.
It's probably been about 2 years.
Oh, God.
I know.
You need to call Corey.
Hello?
Yeah, because Corey fine.
You can sit down on the chair.
Get your core gal. Core make it right.
Y'all too.
Is that my...
Okay, it say, this is yours?
Yes.
This for Avery. It said,
Of course it is.
what sex scene from a movie, TV, would you want to recreate with someone? If not the person from the movie or show. Am I saying that right? Can you do LaKenya?
What sex scene from a movie or TV show would you want to recreate, and with whom, if not the person from the movie or the TV show?
I don't remember sex scenes in movies like
You
that.
don't?
What about the insecure?
I was
literally. I know that's too much. I need passion and love.
Shit.
Yeah, okay. That bothers me. Was there a sex scene with Daniel and Issa? They show it?
Yeah.
In the studio.
Okay, I'll just take that then. I don't remember. That's what I don't remember sex scenes. But Daniel's fine as fuck, and it can be with Daniel. That's really all I'm trying to make sure is with Daniel. Shit, fuck the
Bitch, ask me
bullshit.
that question. I'd be like, so I want the sex scene from the color purple, goddamn.
I said it last episode.
Which one?
The rape?
When he raped her?
He didn't rape her. No, not that part. When Mister was on top of her,
When Mr.
and she was just there.
She was being raped. Oh my God.
You got a rape fetish?
No. She wasn't being raped. She was just taking
Okay,
it.
we each got one love.
Oh my God.
We gotta wrap this up. I hate that I even
We only
went
got
there.
2 more loves, so
It's
we're
not that I
good.
like it. It was a funny scene to me.
What's going on?
Do you regret either A, a person, or B, something you've done or had done to you during sex?
Ooh.
Who asked that?
Who asking these questions?
Right. I was like, damn.
Why I get all the serious ones?
And I'm up here making questions for the show. You need to be doing these good ass questions.
Yeah, there are a few people who I regret.
Name them. Just playing.
Just sure? Okay. No, I'm not gonna name them. Yeah, no, there's definitely a few people I regret having sex with.
I think
Do you regret something you've done
Or that was done to you.
or that was done to you?
Not really.
But never done nothing to me that I regretted.
Right. I was like, I've never regretted having someone do something to me that I wanted done to me during sex. If that shit doesn't make
I feel
sense.
like I got raped with that question, man.
Right. I was like, I
Was that the last question?
no, we got one more, and it's for Avery.
That's why you chose
I
it.
like
God
that.
damn.
There was 2 questions left. One was for me.
Right.
And I'll make sure you pull that one, so I pulled the last one. All right,
Probably
so
gonna be the worst of
Avery.
the worst. Bitch, read it.
Hold on.
I'm so uncomfortable. Look how I'm saying.
Right. So, Avery, since you've been in the life,
What life, girl?
I don't know.
Can I explain it? Can y'all send me a definition of the life? What is the life? I don't know the life. I have no life, girl.
Oh, have you ever been in love?
Oh, that's a cute question.
Well, the original question actually says, how many times have you, and then it puts a line through it, then they put, have you ever been in love?
Oh, okay. That is a great question, and I'm very great with questions. So I'm about to give y'all this very deep answer. I don't know if I've ever been in love, because in the moment you think you're in love, but then when it's over, you reconsider some things. So it's only been literally 2 times that I've said I love someone. One time I know I wasn't in love. The second time I'm still trying to make sure if it was love or it was something else. So I don't know. Ask me again in about a year when I reevaluate my life. But good news is that is it. So we're going to jump over to a break.
Support for this episode of the Panel ATL is brought to you by Royal Lifestyle Apparel. Never leave the house without your crown. You also can't forget to rock your Royal Lifestyle Apparel. Back then, people were born royal. Now royalty comes from what you do. Whether you're a boss owning your own business or a supermom holding down the family, you are the kings and queens of your castle. So let the world see. Be loyal to the royal within. And head over to royallifestylellc.bigcartel.com and order now. You can find them on Facebook at Royal Lifestyle Apparel or follow them on Instagram at LiveLifeRoyal_. So that's LiveLifeRoyal_ on Instagram and Royal Lifestyle Apparel on Facebook. Now let's jump back into the show.
Welcome back to the show. Love and situationships. Friends dating your ex. How would you feel if your friend started dating your ex?
That's not a real friend.
Avery?
So you looking at me?
Damn.
I dated your ex?
No.
Oh, I was like, girl, you look dead at me like you had a bone to pick.
Well, what if it's after like 10 years or, you know, and what if that ex is your soulmate that your friend had?
It should be off.
Oh, you mean
You're making it worse by saying
Yeah,
soulmate.
like,
You should have said you was the one who broke it up and you didn't see it or something. You were just saying soulmate. No, no.
Hell
just
no.
hell to no.
I literally,
No.
I try not, well, it's Atlanta, so I'm pretty sure some way down there I done had sex or transaction with somebody that my friends have done the same with.
I mean,
But-
it's easy. Yeah, it's easy in Atlanta.
But sex is different from dating when it, like someone
That's
dating
what I was
an
going to say.
ex.
Dating is like, I can't do
Well,
it.
I haven't had really a friend do that to me, but I had my cousin.
Oh,
But what happened was my ex is a flight attendant, okay, and my cousin lives in Portland. So one day my ex was in Seattle, and my cousin must have went to visit Seattle. They connected, and they were talking for like a week or 2, and they started talking about family. And I guess my cousin was like, well, yeah, I have a cousin that that lived in Gary, Indiana. And then my ex said, well, dang, I had my ex lived in Gary, Indiana. And then when my cousin said my name, she was like, oh, snap, that's my ex. Savoi is my ex or whatever.
Did they start dating?
They still.
They're still together?
Yeah. So my ex hit me up in my inbox and said, I got to tell you something. And that's when she told me she talking to my cousin.
Your cousin should have been the
my
one.
first cousin.
I'm about to ask how close of a cousin.
Girl, your
was
first,
it?
and your first
That's your
cousin
mama's
beat you
sister's
too?
son or daughter.
That's why I'm upset. That's why I'm mad. I'm like, my cousin should have been called me off the rip.
Right.
She Facebooked me or whatever. And so I said, I can't be mad at you. Let me talk to my cousin. So my cousin was just saying, well, so why don't we just all 3 be friends? So she still, what?
Your
Come here,
cousin got
beloved. How
this.
did you feel about that? Was you in love
Feel
with
some
her?
type of way.
You should.
You know why? Because she was 30 something and I was 20. So she's like my first, and she was married to a man, y'all, too. So, and still married to this day.
She should
Do your
have told
cousin
you
know?
right off the
Yeah, my
bat.
cousin know all of this.
And they talking. And I said, I know y'all can still talk because you talking about let's be friends, let's travel together.
What? Girl, that's gonna ask you to join in the bedroom.
Okay, that's what it sounds like to me.
So my ex didn't tell me to stop talking to her. She just telling me, well, Savoi, no, it ain't like we hiding it from her type of deal. That's how I felt.
No.
I feel some type of way about it, but
I would.
They should have came to you and been like, can I talk to this person that
But my thing is, she's married.
she's
Hello.
she's married, definitely.
This is some foul shit
They
all
just
the way around.
separated. Yeah.
Oh, they separated.
But you still married.
Right.
But so I just had a family, no friends. So yeah.
I can't even do like people I talk to a little bit because I've had so many situations where people like a friend of mine's ex have hit me up on a date. Girl, I shoot it down, and like I would say probably 60% of the time they don't know who it is me, just because like I've either never personally met them or I just have a face picture on my profile. But I just can't like I because that brings too much drama between me and you as friends for one, and then my thing is. Clearly, it didn't work with you and my friend, even if it was my friend's fault. But at the same time, this is gonna cause too much drama because then I will feel like I want to call my friend and ask her what happened. Did he do this when y'all was together? And it's just I couldn't do it. It's a guy-girl code.
Out here. It's so many women. Why would you pick the one that
But let me switch this around. What if you fell in love and you didn't know?
That's too deep.
Now, that's deep.
That's different though.
I don't think that's a question you can ask
that's
until
not even
someone
a
personally.
friend.
you find out what you
That's
do,
not a
still
close
talk to
friend
them?
then.
Now I would have to kind of cut it off. It will hurt me. But that's my friend, like my ex boom coon, and I didn't know
That's the next question. Like,
because if it was your ex boom, they would know.
known. Yeah, you would have told them.
Right.
Yeah.
I've had
Talk to this person. They say, "Oh, show me a picture. Let me see." Like,
Right.
I've talked to two brothers and like
Oh Lord, he blew our head back.
Right.
Brain all over the wall.
every episode is just.
no, it's not. No, let me say I had talked to somebody and I was like it was casual. Like I never really even met them in person, so it never got anything.
You're just conversing.
Yeah, but once one of them, well, they both found out I knew about them, but the one that I really wanted was like, oh, I can't talk to you anymore. And I was just like, why? We all, like, I'm literally friends, but I've not met neither one of y'all. I haven't put, like, my eggs in neither one of y'all basket. But they was like, no, it's just, like, you talk to my friend, well, my brother. And I understood that.
Yeah,
Well,
if we
that's
have
how-
the same taste, we can't be friends.
That's how me and my brother.
I
is,
will
so-
say that.
No.
I do not have the same taste as my friends.
I do
That's
not.
another reason why it pisses me off when they do slide in my DM. I be like, girl, not your dusty ass. You
Like my friend, we have the same taste, but it's a little different.
Well, here's the rule. Since me and my biological brother are both gay, if we talk to someone before, what we usually do, like if I'm starting talking to someone, I'll show her. I'll say, hey, have you ever talked to this person before? That way, that won't be a line to cross, because we have had situations where a guy has come to date me to get to him, and that and vice versa, and we try to just make sure that we never cross that, or we never have sex with the same exact person.
See, me and my friends, we did that with Tinder. I'd be like, girl, this one in my inbox. Have you seen this one in yours? Like, we gotta,
I'm enjoying Tinder, by the way.
Check,
It's
double check.
amazing.
Must be nice.
Yeah, but the person I was fucking today, I didn't even know Tinder. Shit.
How long you been knowing him?
For about a month.
Oh, okay. Let's stay on topic. So you wouldn't date nobody that.
No, I see. You and me were friends. I wouldn't do. You
But
were
see-
friends. I wouldn't do none of y'all, honestly.
But like
At
you
this
said,
point, y'all
the
all my
type,
friends. So
like-
I wouldn't do none of y'all.
I'm trying to think. Like, okay, no shade.
Okay.
The ex I know of Eric. I'm not attracted to them. Your ex, not attracted. Kyle and Mark, they're together. Not my type. Like, I'm literally not attracted. But I think also what happens is once I see you as a certain way in my head, immediately I'm turned
Right,
off.
because it's like you know too much of their business.
Like that's even like with my pledge brothers. Like she must be like, oh my god, this person and this person's cute. And I'm like, really? That nigga ugly. Like
inside.
But in my head, like aside from that, like I know they're handsome, but to me, like they don't turn me on. And that's how I look at my friends' ex and who they be with. None of my friends got somebody I'll be like, damn girl, I wish I had that one. Because I turn it off. Like, oh, that's who you turn off. Like, I can't.
Yeah, none of my friends have anybody that.
I don't want to say none of my friends have cute men because I feel
There are
like
friends
that's bad
that
to
I
say,
want
but-
to fuck, for sure. But
Your friends?
yeah.
Oh, I mean,
There are friends that I'm just like, he fine. Because a lot of people think I have attractive
me,
friends.
I know.
Girl, I can't with you.
I try not to have sex with friends. Either I have sex with them before we become friends, but I never have sex with friends after we've established our friendship.
We are twins. We sisters.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying, not out there. Bitch, once we establish a friendship, you is friend zone. Like,
And there's like probably like about 2 people that I want to like experience sexually and romantically that I'm friends with.
That might ruin your friendship.
We have a fantastic friendship. They don't even know I like them. I mean, it's
What's their names?
go ahead and touch
I'm
them on.
not, no.
Touch them on that
The
thigh.
reason why I would never explain their names because they're both public images. That's the only reason why I would never explain.
Public
their
who?
names. Public images.
Well, we'll pause it so you can.
Meaning that they're like, they have like 50 followers or they have 123K followers, but I'm personal friends with them. So,
Is it?
They're social media people.
I want that man. Bro, that man is sent from God. That is Zeus himself.
he's beautiful, but it's not him. It's not him, but he's beautiful.
And I don't like your friend no more, who we both...
Which one?
A long time ago.
Which one?
We'll talk about it. He's just bullshitter. Like...
Who? Which one?
Look at...
You know, we have a lot of similar friends together. Isn't he beautiful?
It's God.
But that's not him.
It's God. Girl, just go to the Instagram.
I'm going to show you who I personally want. And it's going to shock you, because, and it's going to shock all you guys, because you asked.
Well, let's wrap up this segment and you can show us all.
Yeah.
Unless you want my reaction, because you know I give my reaction.
But I still say no. Like, I just can't. There's no one.
I can't.
I can't. That's just too much
Like,
problems.
Yeah, but yeah, I think.
No, if it's like a distant
Yeah.
friend or it's like an associate or like a former friend, maybe. But not like someone who I talk to on the regular as a
talk to
friend. Yeah.
I couldn't do that to my friend.
Is this segment over yet?
We're trying to wrap
We're
it up.
trying to wrap it up, girl.
Oh, well, wrap it up.
What's
Wrap
up,
it
boy?
up now.
I'm trying to see this man. Soy.
Just in your own way.
In your own words,
Yeah.
girl.
Oh! Yes, you friends with him? He's cute!
We text every day.
Girl!
Yeah, man.
Well, he like white boys, though.
I know.
Boyfriend's white.
I know.
No, let me show y'all who I'm trying to get.
Cute.
I know.
Well, guys, that's the end of, right, guys, that's the end of that segment.
Why don't we take a break before we get back to our third,
Yeah,
our
let's take a
last
break,
and final
yeah.
segment?
Welcome back to the show. So let's get into the topic of the day. Would you date a virgin or someone waiting till marriage? So we all know Yvonne Orgy or Molly from Insecure, and we know Sierra and Russell Wilson. So my question is, would you date someone who was a virgin, and how would you feel about someone who wasn't a virgin but wanted to wait till they were married to have sex?
Can I answer that question first? I do. I want to. No, because I had a similar situation where someone basically wanted to date me, be in a relationship with me, marry me, but didn't want to have sex. This was a really long time ago. This is when I was dating a female.
Question, just for clarification. They didn't want to have sex with you in that moment or just...
Just at all.
So there was a...
So what was the point of getting married, for legal purposes?
Hold up.
That's what I was going to say, because you see that it was a female,
you
right?
can have
Yeah, it was a
relationships.
female. It was a female. This was before
You can have relationships with people and not sex. Sex does not determine your relationship.
No, I
Sex
didn't
is only for
Hold on.
That's real talk.
I ain't even feel this. I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed to it at all.
What you was gonna do?
Suck her titties.
Just kiss.
Bitch, you smiling.
What?
Did you just talk about getting your ass ate with jelly today? And you talking about all you do is kiss somebody?
But here's the thing. A lot of people don't know about me. Like, literally, I don't have to deal with sex
What we don't
at
know?
all. I choose to deal with sex because of my boredom and excitement and my horniness.
So how would you
all I
do
can
that?
do, if I'm in a relationship with somebody and they don't want to have sex with me at all, there's this thing called MASTERBATE. Okay?
But they're not open for an open relationship either, so you will only be
No, that's
masturbating.
fine. I don't do open relationships.
So
anyway.
what you're saying is
I'm not a cheater. I'm very loyal in
Just
general.
because you're in an open relationship doesn't mean you're cheating. But that's neither here nor there. But so what you're saying is just because if you married someone that all you can do is kiss, and you're saying you'd be fully satisfied for the rest of your life just jacking off.
If I really like them a lot and I really want to be with them,
It's a lie from
if
the
I
pits
really,
of
if I really like them and I really want to be with them and I feel like they're the one,
Married?
yes, thank you.
Married though?
Because they have an understanding. If that's an understanding, but she might cheat, or he. But if he, you know,
Nah.
Wait, no sex during marriage?
Yeah, that's what we said.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I said before
You the
marriage.
one who said
No,
that.
hold up. When I asked for clarification, you said she didn't want to have sex.
Oh, I'm sorry, change it. I'm sorry.
right.
Never, meaning I
Sorry,
think the answer-
guys.
Sorry,
I thought-
listeners. Sorry.
I thought you was talking about as no sex at all before marriage.
No, well, I mean that's fine. We don't.
What was she trying to do? Maybe
She was just
Her intentions
trying to be in a relationship with me, and
Why though?
well, she liked me. She liked my personality.
No,
And then, like, if y'all would have got married, you would have had sex.
Yeah.
She just had Christian.
And stuff like that. Oh no, I don't know how I could do that. What? No.
Bitch, we
No, I couldn't do that.
We're sitting here like, so how you
Oh,
gonna do
y'all
this?
was, I love y'all because y'all know me.
Bitch, I know anybody who haven't sex.
Right, we all looking at you like how?
No, I would never. I don't know. No. But I've been in, like I said, I've been in a situation where I dated someone like that. It's really all about a person and really getting to like them. If you really like them, you ain't gotta have sex with them at all. You know, what they call it? I hate celibacy because half of these bitches don't even be doing that. But they don't. It's either you abstinent or you not.
and that's not. You ain't doing nothing.
You ain't hitting no boundaries on my celibacy if I choose to continue it.
You can't add and take away. You can't add and take away.
A virgin.
So since we're doing this, so what? Oh, wait,
Yeah.
still.
Now a virgin.
What?
I broke 2 virginities in my life, a girl and a male. I'm very proud of both because the girl, she broke my virginity too, and then the male, he was my first love. So,
That one?
no, it was Jelani. Oh shit, I don't even know if I should say his name right here, but
So would you right now, today,
yeah.
right now, today, would you date a virgin?
Would I date a virgin?
Today. Right
Yes. Yes, I would.
now. For how long?
Okay.
Next. Next caller. Next caller.
Case closed, Miss K.
Right. Call us, please. Because I don't even know how long. 3 months?
It's all about discipline.
So what about you?
Well, yeah, what about you, Savoi? Come on, discipline sounded like
I mean,
Janet.
Even
You heard that?
Even,
You heard that?
even Janet got nasty.
See, I call him Miss Jackson.
I would date a virgin. And
For how long?
today?
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
For how long?
For how long she let me? I mean, I'm not gonna push her to say.
Gotta remember.
Oh, yeah. So,
Yeah.
Savoy, you're right.
It's a void.
It's Savoy.
I mean, because I wouldn't push her to do nothing she don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? But most of the time, them virgins be ready to get down.
Not necessarily.
Most virgins be ready.
They be online.
They be hot and ready.
I'm gonna wait till
These
it's my
hormones are boiling, child.
All right, so what about somebody who would want to wait until marriage,
But they're not a virgin.
but they're not a virgin?
I can respect that, but I'll probably just like he said, masturbate until we get married, and then it's on and popping. Because if you really like that person, you will sacrifice for that person. If you really love it, huh? You said 3 months is a wrap. You'll stop talking to that person.
Well, you are a lesbian, so y'all might be married in 3 months. So
not this one. I don't be you hauling. Yeah, but you're right about that.
Right, they quick. So they be like, I'm saving myself to marriage. And then like 2 months later, they didn't broke their leases. They ain't together. They got a new dog.
And sometimes people be saying they virgins so they won't have sex with you.
Y'all better stop letting Eric get y'all. I should be trying to save my comebacks for when he come for me, but girl, I done rate him 2 times in my head.
I understand why Eric is trying to come back for people.
Yeah.
What y'all
And you
talking
like
about?
the fuck boy, all of us, but all the motherfucking comebacks. You know what?
I know, because we can say something about bisexuals having.
Y'all already said it. Like,
Girl,
That's the both
these
words.
bi people is not gonna come after me. I'm
I
come after all of them.
already know what's
Come
going to be
after all
your
of them.
answer for this question. But LaKenya,
really? Do you? Do you?
No, I would not date a virgin.
LaKenya.
Why?
He's a godly
gotta
man.
train him.
He's a godly
I ain't got
man.
time for
Right. I'm about to say no. Like, cause you have to
got
train
time
him.
for
Yeah,
Yeah.
but,
And I would try to date and hopefully marry someone that's like, I want to wait, because I've attempted that.
How did it end?
It ended. I know myself. Like I said, I will try because I've tried to say, okay, I'm gonna wait, and it didn't happen. But I'll try. I think I will probably have better relationships if it did actually work out that way.
I feel like sex is an enhancement. So it's kind of impossible for a lot of people who are sexual to be with somebody that's not sexual. But if you're loyal, then yeah.
I'm waiting my turn.
No, it's
I mean, I would. That is a unicorn. To find a man that wants to wait until marriage,
They out
that is
there,
a
though. They
unicorn.
out
I mean, there are some
It's
people who are like
it's
that.
out there. They out there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
it's out there.
he attractive? Is he like?
Oh, now you see, now you adding all these other caveats. You're adding all these other caveats.
Is that athletic?
Right, like you adding all these other caveats.
Big,
girl.
big shit.
Right. All right. So with virgins, I could probably date a girl who's a virgin, but not a guy.
Oh, bitch. Explain, bitch. I've been waiting for you to say some
The
fucked up
bullshit.
shit.
I knew it was some bullshit coming. I just
You know what
knew it was some
what he
bullshit.
does is he be treating men like shit, but he want to treat the women like they're perfect.
No,
and
not
they
at
have
all.
this whole painted picture of a perfect life.
No,
but when it
not
comes
at
to
all.
men, he just be fucking.
Can I finish my
I
statement?
get it. I understand you like womanism. I understand. I get it. And men ain't shit. Niggas ain't shit. I understand that. They really ain't shit.
He want a
But
perfect
then,
wife. But when it
if
comes to these niggas,
Right. If a good guy comes your way, and he is, if a good guy comes your way,
girl, he scares them off.
I can't with the two sister girls right now. Anyway.
whatever.
Hey, you just call each other sister twins.
Yeah, we are. But explain your motherfucking bullshitty answer. Explain.
We wanna know.
We want to know, honey. The
females
twins
over there
want to know.
The listeners want to know.
The reason why I said one.
Because you look at us like sexual beings.
No.
That's what it is.
Actually, no. I'm going to say no. It's just
think we're
guys.
horrible people.
There's a lot
I mean,
more
we are,
training.
but not all of us
There's
are.
a lot more training when it comes to guys, especially sex.
Training? We're not dogs.
Being that I'm. Can I finish? But can I finish?
Tag team.
So who taught y'all how to fleet? Who taught y'all how to bottom properly?
I don't know how to fleet, so I've never done
I'm
that.
a cat.
And that's
You're trying to
great.
refer
So-
to me as a dog.
Bitch, I thought she was a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
His legs like peanut butter and he spread the jelly. But anyway, no, but like that, it's funny because like coming from a virgin, just thinking about that part, yes. But if it was the opposite, like so if someone's already had sex but they want to wait for marriage, I would be more willing to date a guy who's had sex before who wanted to wait till marriage versus a girl.
Because you don't want to teach him.
Let me, I mean, for a virgin, yes. Now for the.
While y'all waiting to marriage, you got that whole time for him to prep and.
Can I finish everything? Well, no, just because you're dating a virgin doesn't mean they want to wait until marriage. They're just a virgin.
Because they be ready. That's true.
Yeah, I'm about to say, we never said, like,
ready, yeah.
right. And so the reason why I said the opposite, for someone who's had sex who's waiting for marriage, with me personally, with guys, like a guy who thinks like that is, in my eyes, like out of the box, because I've never heard too many guys say, oh, I want to wait until marriage.
Unicorn.
Right. And then with girls, I feel like they're trying to follow these traditions. Like, I want to save myself. They might not be a virgin, but, I met you, I feel a real connection with you. And then it may be more of, okay, well, I want you to be more straight acting. I don't want you to like Beyonce as much. I don't, like, that's the first thing I think of when, I think about those traditional values when I think of dating a woman who's saving herself for marriage, even though she's already had sex. Makes sense?
It makes sense. But if
Girl, we still say, I'm still like,
y'all just some bitter bitches right now.
Avery, your turn.
We gotta save these men, and we can't have Eric out here just saying this bullshit like little Bow
What
Wow.
bullshit am I? Okay, ladies.
We're reclaiming our time.
Does anything that I said make sense?
Reclaiming my time.
No, wait, hold on.
Reclaiming.
Go ask me who taught me how to fleet.
Who taught you, bitch?
Somebody, who taught you?
I taught myself.
Exactly.
Exactly.
He read the box. He can teach himself.
I read the box.
He can teach
That
himself
doesn't
the
make
night
you a
before.
cat. Like I'm a cat. Whatever.
Well, bitch, what?
You was on the road today.
That's that jelly in between the
Wrong-headed.
What's that? Katy Perry song? Swish, swish.
Another one tossed the salad.
So Avery, what did you have to say about that?
Right.
Okay.
Lies.
Don't come for him.
No, I'm a comfort. Lies.
It's more realistic, and I think everyone can probably agree or relate. Dating somebody waiting for marriage, no. And I say that because I don't move fast. If and when I get to the point to propose to somebody or they propose to me, our engagement is going to be like a minimum 5 years. And I know that seems so long. I don't want to rush.
5 years minimum?
You are good.
Damn.
But let me tell you, what happens is what people do is immediately once they get engaged, they start planning a wedding.
Right.
They start moving fast. That is just another stage in your relationship. We need to move in together. We need to test that out. We don't even need to be planning a wedding because there's a whole nother step of things that we need to be doing while we're engaged. So for me to sit here and say, wait for marriage, and I'm saying 5 years, I'm not saying like it had to be exactly 5 years, but I'm just letting you know.
It'll be more than one. It's a longer time period than the average engagement.
Yes, it will be longer than that. So with me saying wait for marriage, I don't know because then I got to date you, and then I got to be engaged to you. Then we got to worry about moving in and all that stuff. So for me, it will be a long time before we do get married, and taking sex out of that for both of us. Because I assume we wouldn't be in an open relationship. Right. So just to be masturbating, I'm being real with myself, I wouldn't be able to wait to marriage to have sex with someone. But I have with the relationship. My last relationship, we waited, and I have no problem waiting for that. But when you say waiting to marriage, for me, I don't put a time limit on when I'm going to be married to you. So for me, I'm just thinking like, I don't know when we'll ever get married because there's steps. Like I need to make sure this is the right movement in my life before I say I want to be married to you versus I want to wait till I'm in a relationship with you to have sex. That is different. I can do that. But waiting for marriage, no. A virgin, the problem that I had when I was a virgin is that people wanted to have sex with me because I was a virgin or they didn't. I've had probably 4 opportunities to take somebody's virginity, but I just felt like that wasn't my place. And someone told me that, how do you know? Well, let me say this first. I feel like you should lose your virginity to somebody who's very special, to someone that you're in love with. I didn't, which I'm fine. I have no regrets on that. I want to get that shit out the way so it wouldn't be a problem. But if it's the other way around, I want it to be with someone special who you will forever remember. So I would date you, but I just don't want to take your virginity because that's a whole nother level of attachment.
So what they gonna do? You gonna send them to a whorehouse?
You stupid. I mean, I've dated.
and then in Avery's, and when you say virgin, do you mean like your type of sex? Because you dating a virgin.
I was talking about with a man.
With a man.
Right.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the fact like you don't count head as sex, so therefore y'all can suck each other's dicks, and you wouldn't count it as them losing their virginity of anything.
Yeah, I don't count or transactions as sex.
Right.
But it seems like everybody's saying, well, I don't know about LaKenya, but
What?
you can't have a relationship without sex. You got to have sex. Like, shouldn't you start the foundation first before you step into
Well,
sex?
here's the thing.
And I've done that with my last relationship, but I'm saying from the jump to say that I'm not having sex to marriage. Marriage to me is a very special thing to me.
deal,
Me too.
And I don't see a lot of positive marriages out there.
Me
So for
either.
me, I don't know when that moment is to be married. So for me, my idea of going to marriage is going to be longer than most people because I don't know what it is, and I want to make sure that this is the person that I want to spend my life with.
Because this one and done for me. I ain't getting no divorce.
Okay, I get divorced.
I say the same.
So that's what I'm saying. And I know, like, I'm all for people happiness. If you're not happy in your marriage, you need to leave. But
Yeah.
I want to make sure I do every step. Like, there will be counseling. Even if there's no problem, I just want to make sure. Right. So about me going into this saying no sex before marriage, girl, I don't know when, we may not, I don't know when we may have sex
Might
then.
even last that long.
That's my thing. So we can say before relationship, that'll come quicker than this marriage. Like, girl.
Here's the thing that I think about when people
What is the thing,
about
Travon?
sex. The thing is,
Fuck us up now.
no. This would be within the topic, but I feel like this needs to be classified because a lot of people do think that sex is a number one important factor
Not at
in a
all.
relationship, and that's not necessarily true. My last
Right, I was saying,
relationship,
we're not number one.
that was
It's
a
up there.
situation, and I literally was bothered by that at first because I'm just like, so you're not going to love me for who I am, but you're going to love me because of the fact of what I give you as an enhancement or a pleasure or extracurricular activity within our relationship. I don't feel comfortable with being with you at that particular point. You convinced me in all types of ways, but I just hate people who think that way. Like, oh, sex is number one. Then it's your looks. Then it's your personality. Like, no, personality should honestly be first, and then like
attracts me.
Yeah, personality should be first because you don't want to have sex with somebody, but you're not attractive to them mentally, and that's the issue with our society
But
today.
the first thing when you look at somebody, the first thing you see on a person is the physical part.
Right.
Not necessarily.
That's what attracts me. The physical, what they look like first, and then when
From a distance.
From a distance.
yeah, and then when I get on
Because we
phone,
just spoke on break how we was attracted like hell on Instagram and met their ass and was like, bitch.
yes,
Why am I even talking to this person? Like,
you know, if you see them in the club or a lounge with the lights on, you know what I'm saying?
Actually, the lights
'Cause they
on,
be
you
like,
still-
No, make sure the lights are on.
yeah, because that dark, them lights make you look at her like, oh,
Turn on the lights. That's what Keisha said he was looking for because he thought it was another bitch and them lights on. Looking for.
no, but you know, that's my downfall. I'll look at a person the way they look and the way they dress, and the inside would be so jacked up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I try to, when I talk to them on the phone, I need to see where their head is mentally, and then that'll let me know I can't talk to you. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you look like, because your inside's just bad or whatever the case
We're
may
still
be.
getting there.
So your stuff ain't there, so I back out. But sometimes my downfall be the looks. I be like, damn.
I just don't give like. If I feel the wrong type of energy, like just talking with you from the beginning, I'm automatically, regardless of how attractive you are, I'm done.
Yeah,
But-
but when that's the next day when you get his number.
No, not necessarily. I'm very
in the
empathetic,
club.
so I can sense people's energy just by like not even fully talking. We have full conversation with them. I can sit there and observe them and feel their aura, and I'm just like, no, I don't like this energy around me. So I'll move on. That's actually one of my big why I've been single for so long, because like people's energies just aren't.
the energy that they give will determine how good sex will be with them once you're being in a relationship. That's why I said that I don't understand why people put sex as the number one factor, because you don't know what their energy could be like over the course of time. You don't know if they may become unattractive mentally and physically to you over the course of time. People who feel that sex is the number one factor are usually the ones who end up cheating, the ones that end up leaving, the ones that feel unhappy in the relationship. So, yeah, this is coming from a deep perspective. So, in many cases, at the end of the day, it is all about energy. And that's why I feel that it will be okay for me to date somebody that basically is a virgin and wants to save themselves for marriage. Because as long as I'm learning how to be loyal to a person, it's also teaching myself how to be loyal to my own self. And that way I can keep my happiness, because I'll be able to give someone my all without even sharing that sexual need for them. Just our attraction is building and building and building up to the time when you become mine and I become yours. So
I would love that, but Lord
Me
Jesus.
too. It's not.
it ain't out there though. Even though it sounds good and shit like that, these niggas ain't shit, you know.
So let me ask this.
These hoes ain't nothing either.
Do you think sex makes relationships difficult?
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Lord, I'm in this situation
I feel
right now.
Good sex does.
I feel like
Bad sex might
good, like you said, good sex does, because you know.
But bad sex too. Because what if you vibe with somebody, their personalities, everything, you just looking with them, but they have like,
never had me stuck
right.
with
But
somebody.
bad sex is like.
For bad sex, I would just leave them.
But that's the point that I'm making.
Oh, okay.
It makes it right. But now,
For me, I've never had it, but I would think. But no, I think mine would be the opposite. If I'm in this deep relationship with someone who seems great and then it's bad sex, I never had it. Because I like to bring out the toys and the treats. And if that's not working and it's just still bad sex, it would confuse. It would just make it difficult, because it's like. Okay, then mentally I'd be like, okay, relationship isn't all about sex. So what's going on? But this is making it a little more complicated for me to be 100% happy with you.
right.
I feel you. I've been there.
I'm not.
I've been there. Yeah.
I was just say, what did you do?
I just feel
I had
like
to tell him.
sex complicates
You had to tell him
everything.
what?
It could
That he wasn't
complicate a
good?
friendship. It could complicate friends with benefits. It could complicate
But the whole purpose of friends with benefits
It's
is
Sex is
But sometimes
just a
somebody be off.
complicated
Somebody's
factor.
feelings go,
But you would know that before. Oh, you said feeling. I was gonna say
Feelings.
you would know before you enter into that friends with benefits. The sex was good, girl. Hopefully.
Yeah.
awful, right?
Hopefully you ain't out here
Somebody
hiring
feelings
those.
gonna
I
Finally get into a group, to a friends with benefits situation. Like,
mean, I guess I could
Somebody's
if you
feelings
picked them off
gonna
Instagram. I could have chose a lot of people.
But see, what type of feeling, when you have sex with somebody, what type of feelings are you getting? Because some people think just because the sex is good, they in love.
nah. Let me look at
Some
my
people like that.
But I have had sex with some people where I literally was like, I want to take them out on a date. That sex was good. But then, I mean, after a few hours, girl, I'll be back to my like, girl, that nigga ain't nothing but good for some ass or some
Hello.
dick. Let it go.
Hello.
He probably fucking somebody tonight. Let it go, sis. But yeah, I've never been in no love after sex.
No, those are clingy bitches that be like, so I'm in love
That's
with
so
you, bring roses to your job.
That's nice, though.
Like we
You
just
bring
had
me
sex
roses.
one time and you in love
You
with
can bring
me.
me
I want to have your babies and everything. No,
know, when that dick in you- When
And
that dick
like
in
my
most
brother-
women, they be wanting that nut in them. They be like, you want to have my baby? Yes, because it be so
Yes, that's what the girl says. They be like, not in me. And then he be in a moment.
Nah, but for real, like nah, but for real, that's how women peep.
But here's
That's how I got caught up in college.
that dick be so good. You
Women really get
But here's the thing.
Well, I did have to
This
start talking about the older man. I was
This
like,
situation happens to my brother all the time. Tajay, I love you, but this situation happens to him every single time he's having sex with someone, especially since he's
be
a
the one in
top.
love?
No, it's just since he's a top, he always dating these bottles that instantly fall in love with him. Like his exes, there are like 3 to 5 to 6 years ago, are still chasing after him, and the number one thing they want is sex from him. So what they do is they buy Tasha flowers cars, they buy him gifts, they ask to spend the night with him, they go to events with him.
Like
Literally, it's like, I don't understand what my brother be doing, but these bitches are clingy as fuck. All his exes, most of them are clingy. And so, you know, if anybody can relate to that situation, it would be him.
For me, because of good sex.
It'd be nice if somebody give me some edible arrangements.
I
feel like I need to go back to the drawing board.
Me too, because I never had that experience.
Some of the stuff y'all be talking, I be like,
I'm talking about me doing that to somebody. If somebody give me good sex, okay, it's good sex. I don't go overboard like that.
I don't go overboard at all. Either way,
I'm not doing that.
most of the time, sex is nothing but sex to me. But you know, the jelly. He said that was an emotional thing for him to do to that.
bitch, nonsense. I'm not gonna let you lie on this show, so I'm about to wrap it up.
Right.
I'm not gonna let you lie here.
You and this jelly
In that case,
making peanut butter jelly sandwiches.
we are literally approaching to the end of this episode.
No girl was there at the. You about to tell lies and fairy tales in this thing. I'm not gonna allow you to tell these people that he felt the emotional connection to put that jelly in your ass.
Right between his tongue, the jelly, and your asshole.
Negative.
Hey.
That's a real tongue groove.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode. If you enjoyed our show, please subscribe to it and rate it on Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, SoundCloud, and or Google Play Music. By simply commenting or sharing this episode on social media, you help others find the show and in return help us grow our audience. Also, if you have any suggestions or to write in a letter to the panel, please email us at thepanelatlpodcast@gmail.com.
This episode of the Panel ATL is edited by Marcel Eadon. If you're looking for a dope audio engineer, you can find his contact information in the description section of this episode.
All right, sis. I know we twins, but girl, like that was my part.
I'm sorry. I just like saying his name.
Anybody have any announcements? Anything to add? Anything going on?
We'll see. Afro Park is coming up, you guys, so we will be there.
In at Pride. Come on the show.
Pride.
We don't have no booth though, but we'll be ghetto in this shit.
Yeah, we gonna get
We're gonna be passing out flyers.
We'll have waters at Pride. I'm not bringing that shit to Afro Punk, so y'all bitches.
So we're probably going to keep reminding you guys about that before, about the time Afro Park comes. And that's pretty much, anybody got a birthday coming up or anything?
Oh, well, I'm making 2 playlists. I'm making a Freaknik 99 playlist.
99 to the 2000.
That will be on Spotify and Apple Music. Yeah.
I can't wait.
Oh, bitch.
I
I was backing that shit up last night. But,
I want to say, just send it to me. I can put it on title too.
okay. So I'm gonna share that with everybody, and then I'm making like a Welcome to Atlanta playlist for my friend from London.
Yeah.
So when he comes, he gotta be hip to the Atlanta shit. So I will send that out. Also, this episode's probably coming out 4 days after our latest episode. So check both of these episodes out. That's it from me, guys. Y'all have anything?
This will be my last show for probably a few weeks, right?
Yeah, bitch is fired.
No, I have to travel for work. I'll be gone for like a month, and I won't even be in Atlanta.
You better stop telling these bitches you travel and you make all this money, because these bitches gonna be sliding right into them DMs.
That's fine. They can slide. You can slide into them.
Because he be taking bitches to see Beyonce.
Right.
Floor seats.
Right.
I mean, shit, I'll
VIP passes, actually, be exact.
I'll throw it back for some Beyonce tickets. When she gonna tour? Look, I need to start working on it now.
Right.
My
She's gonna be a tour in 2 years. She got the
Eric,
twins
you can
get to
treat
be
me
walking.
like shit any day if you gonna give me some Beyonce VIP tickets.
Oh, you missed it. I almost got to meet Solange.
You almost got what?
To meet Solange.
Bitch, when?
Because when the Seat at the Table first came out, she was doing a contest at a Mac. When I applied, I put the wrong address. I put my Atlanta address instead of my Louisiana address, and like 5 of my friends got to go because they all put their home addresses.
Girl, we did that too. Bitch.
Yeah, we did that too. We never got
Bitch, I was 12 minutes or 6. I don't know. I'm just upset. Anyway, so if anybody got some hookups to see Solange, bitch.
I mean, they my cousin.
Please let them know. You got two of the biggest Solange fans that are on the show, so I feel like I'm bigger than him. But I feel like I'm bigger than anybody, honestly.
I'm not gonna fight you over Solange.
I don't give a fuck. Fight me.
You can be one, I can be two.
Okay. Cool. We should get like a shirt.
Bitch, when we gonna close this show? Because we literally just
Anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.